I had an affair from February, September 2022 with a coworker. I disclosed this information to my wife on NY 2023. I was quite drunk, and we were arguing about her hours. She ended up having to work on the holiday. It was a stupid argument. I threw it in her face that Jane was there for me when I needed her, and my wife asked me explain my meaning. I told her about the affair, and I still remember how shattered she looked in that moment. I became quite unnecessarily crass and cruel, and began detailing the affair. And when I disclosed that it had happened in our bed once, while she and our 5 daughters were on a girls' trip with her sisters, she slapped me. I deserved that. I regret that I crushed my wife this way and damaged her trust in me. I was totally selfish and thoughtless toward our daughters, who we have decided to not tell about the affair. It was selfishness, weakness, and poor judgment on my part over and over again for 7 months. I think that was the most hurtful part for her, the length of the affair. She asked to see all the emails and texts, which I shared with her. She has all the passcodes to everything, and there are no more secrets from me. I tried to answer all her questions about the affair honestly and briefly, and she doesn't ask about it too often anymore. We came to the decision to try marital counseling and reconciliation. The fundamental question for her was, do you still want to be married to me? And I said unequivocally, yes. We've had good days and bad days in the 9 months since my disclosure, but she still is unable to sleep in our bedroom, even though we've gotten a new bed. On the rare occasions that she does, I'll wake up to find that she came to bed long after I'd gone to sleep. When I ask about it, she just says that she has a lot of work to do and usually ends up falling asleep on the couch in the office. Anyone else experience this? It's clear that you're deeply remorseful for the pain you've caused your wife and family due to your affair. Rebuilding trust after such a betrayal is a challenging and delicate process. Here's some advice on how to support your wife in her healing journey. 1. Give her space and time. Your wife needs space and time to heal from the emotional wounds caused by your affair. Allow her the freedom to process her emotions at her own pace. Avoid pressuring her into a quick reconciliation. The journey to rebuilding trust is unique for each person and can be a long and arduous one. 2. Show genuine remorse and transparency. Continue to demonstrate your deep remorse for the pain you've caused. Stay transparent about your actions, feelings, and any progress in your marriage. Honesty is key to rebuilding trust. You've taken significant steps by sharing your emails, texts, and passcodes. Keep up this transparency to reassure her of your commitment to making amends. 3. Seek professional help and encourage individual therapy. Marital counseling is a positive step forward, as it provides a safe space to address underlying issues and work on rebuilding your relationship. Encourage your wife to consider individual therapy as well. It can help her navigate her emotions and provide her with a supportive environment for personal growth. 4. Be patient and respectful. Respect her boundaries, especially regarding the bedroom. If she's not ready to sleep there, don't push her. Healing from infidelity is a complex process, and your patience and support will be crucial. Understand that her emotions may fluctuate, and sometimes she may want to discuss the affair, while other times she may prefer not to. Remain committed to your family's well-being and work on addressing the root causes of the affair to prevent similar issues in the future. Remember that healing is a gradual journey, and there are no guarantees, but your genuine efforts can pave the way for reconciliation and a stronger relationship. She likely doesn't feel safe with you and is guarding herself emotionally. Your bed may be new, but the bedroom isn't. The ghosts of your indiscretions haunt the walls. You are not a safe person for your wife, and the bedroom, not a safe place for her. Getting over an affair is already a difficult and lengthy ordeal, but the way you threw it in her face just makes it that much worse. I tried sleeping on the couch initially, but decided that I shouldn't be punished for her indiscretions, so I started sleeping in our bed pretty quickly. Clearly your wife does not feel the same way. Be patient, and don't make a big deal of it unless or until she does. Don't even mention it unless she does. Absolutely, I always see waywards here talking about how their affairs weren't meant to intentionally hurt the spouses, but the pain was an unfortunate and incidental byproduct of the affair. I don't really find that convincing, but whatever. Maybe you can say that you accidentally stuck the knife in someone, but twisting it like this is just a deliberately malicious attempt to cause maximal pain. Yeah, it's going to take time for her to come around, if she does at all. If she does at all? Yep. It's not the room or the bed, it's you. She doesn't trust you. Be patient. The worst thing you can do is behave in an entitled manner or try to rush her. Stay humble and stay grateful. It's PTSD. I had to go through trauma counseling, and my SO didn't even sleep with the other woman. But the trauma of the betrayal damages the brain in a way that truly can't be explained unless you've gone through it. Walking in the room, laying there next to you in a place she's supposed to be safest, is now the most painful place for her. The worst thing you can do is guilt her. Offer to sleep on the couch with her in another room. On the floor, I don't care. Meet her where she needs you to, and do things on her terms. We began dating in March. I suspected he was unfaithful when he said he'd prefer I don't post him on social media, so we keep our relationship private. He got to meet my mom and aunt, and I got to speak to his family. We planned I visit them in July. He came for my graduation, and right after he left, went for a weekend-long concert in Miami. He suggested we move in together. I was against the idea. We concluded once I land a job, I'd move out. I was wrapping up grad school when we made these plans. A week before I moved to be with him, I found out on social media he had been with another woman when he went for the concert in Miami. That very day, I found out he was in Mexico with her. I confronted him, and he didn't respond to any of my calls, so I ended up messaging him, and in one of my messages to him, I mentioned that I understood the relationship had ended, but I didn't have anywhere to go, so I'd rather stay at his till I find a job. I still moved to be with him, biggest mistake I ever made, because I had ended my lease, so I had nowhere to be. I must add that I was in the process of interviewing for a role in his state. He run with the narrative that I didn't move because of him, it was only because of my job. I told the other woman about my relationship with him. She basically told me off and stayed with him. It's been 2 months of living with him, rubbing it in my face that he chose her. I went through their texts and he told her I used him and that he loved her more. All the while, he was still telling me he didn't know who to pick. I eventually woke up and walked out of the relationship. I also got the job and I start in a few weeks. He told me he wants us to keep in touch and have fun when I leave. I walked out of the conversation because I believe I am worth a committed, loyal, and honest lover. As I type this, he drove 2 hours to be with her. I am jealous because I still have feelings for him, but I know I deserve better so she can have him. My question is, I want to tell her everything that happened from my perspective because I would hate to see another woman suffer. Is it worth it or should I just carry on with my life? I'm sorry to hear about the difficult situation you've been through. It's essential to prioritize your emotional well-being and healing in this process. Here's some advice on whether or not to tell the other woman. 1. Focus on your healing. First, before making any decisions about telling the other woman, it's crucial to prioritize your own healing. The breakup was challenging and you're still dealing with feelings of jealousy and hurt. Take the time you need to work through these emotions and regain your self-confidence. 2. Consider the consequences. Think about the potential outcomes of telling the other woman your perspective. While your intention may be to prevent another person from suffering, it's important to recognize that she may react in various ways, including denial or anger. This could potentially reopen old wounds for you and prolong your healing process. 3. Closure is personal. Closure is something that many individuals seek after a breakup. It's a personal journey, and different people find it in different ways. Some find closure through self-reflection, therapy, or simply moving forward with their lives. Consider whether sharing your perspective with the other woman would truly provide the closure you need, or if it might complicate matters further. 4. Maintain your boundaries. It's clear that you value honesty, commitment, and loyalty in a relationship. Remember these values as you move forward. If you believe that continuing to engage with your ex-boyfriend will not align with your principles and won't lead to a healthy, committed relationship, it's best to maintain your boundaries and distance. 5. Seek support. Continue leaning on your support system, whether it's friends, family, or a therapist. Discuss your feelings and thoughts with them, as they can provide valuable insights and help you navigate your emotions. In the end, the decision to share your perspective with the other woman should be based on what you believe is best for your own healing and personal growth. If you decide to move on without contacting her, that's a valid choice. If you believe that sharing your story with her is necessary for your own closure and peace of mind, proceed with caution and be prepared for various responses. Regardless of your choice, prioritize your well-being as you move forward into this new chapter of your life. When you told her previously, she didn't care, did she? Just walk away. You don't need any more of this drama. Live on her life happily. She was very nonchalant. I most definitely will move on happily. You want to tell her your history with him, so she can feel some semblance of fear and insecure in her relationship with him. Not because there is some unspoken bond in sisterhood and you're out to protect her feelings. It sounds like they're both douchebags and what you say won't matter. Have some self-respect and dignity and walk away from this duckery of a situation and work on healing and moving forward. No, she already feels insecure in the relationship. There's a lot I couldn't write here. Like this, the day before Labor Day, he didn't return home from work. Around 12 p.m. on Labor Day, I get a call from an unknown number, but Truecaller IDs the number, and I realize it's the girl's mom based on the surname/location. I ignore the call, and she calls again to ask if I've seen my ex. I say no, and politely advises she calls him herself. When he came home, his composure was off, and I'm assuming she fought with him. I went through the same cycle, and it made me realize this is who he is. He just rinses and repeats with different women. Carry on with your life. He doesn't deserve you one bit. Thank you. You're welcome. Just remember, you are above being a side piece and deserve happiness. Worldwide comments of the day. I hate it when cheaters say, I didn't mean to hurt them. Seriously, cheating will always hurt their SO. I wouldn't be sorry. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and relatable Reddit videos.